Hello students, in continuation with my previous video lesson, today I am going to discuss a very important topic from the introduction chapter, that is central problems of an economy. Okay. Here we will see that what are the main problems of the economy and how we are categorizing those problems and all. Okay. Let us discuss the central problems of an economy. In my previous video lessons already I have told you that the main problem behind or of the economy is the scarcity of resources. Now, due to this scarcity of resources, the society, okay, or the population or the economy, you can say as a whole, has to make some decisions that how they can allocate these all these scarce resources, or you can say the limited resources, so that they can get their satisfaction, or they can get whatever they want with the help of this limited resource. Actually, that is the main problem of the economy. Now, this problem can lead to the inquiry of few questions in the production sector. What are those questions? These three questions are very important and you need to remember all these three questions. Okay, and I will discuss all these three questions elaborately in the next slides. Okay. So, what are those three questions? When we are talking about this scarcity of resources and allocation, more of that means we can say the how to allocate these scarce resources. For that we have to answer, or we have to find answers for these three questions. First question is what to produce, means what thing we need to produce, what we want or what we want to produce. Second is how to produce. Once you have decided what you want to produce, then the next question come to your mind, or come to your path, that is how you can produce it. So that is how to produce. And lastly, very importantly, for whom you are producing it. Okay, for what group of people, or for whom, or for what purpose you are producing it, that is very important as well. Okay, so these are the three questions. If you can find out the answer or solutions of these three questions, then the main problem or the major problem will be sorted. Okay, there will be no as such big issues over there. So these are the basic problems of an economy, as I mentioned, and around which the other problems resolve. Means once you resolve, or once you get the solution for this three, you can take it that you have resolved the other problems as well, because this is the base or the primary problem, you can say, and the other problems are actually related to this problem only. Okay, this three problem only. So if you can solve this three problems, or you can solve or get the answer of this three questions, there will be no such big issue. Okay, so hence they are known as the central problems of an economy. Means these three questions are majorly known as the central problem of the economy. Okay, so let me discuss it more detail, that what to produce. If we consider the first question, means this problem is basically related with the selection of the services or goods to be produced. Okay, means in the respective quantities of production, you can say, means how much quantity of some good or services you want to produce, and what should be that good or service. Means whether you want to produce or you want to set up automobile industry, or you want to set up any other industry like atomic means like any other say for example leather industry, or maybe garments industry, or maybe you want to do some agricultural work. So what good you want to produce, Or if you want to go for a service sector, then what kind of service you want to produce? You want to start a hotel, a restaurant, or you want to start a school, what type of, or a health center, what type of thing you want to produce actually. So that is the first question. Once you get the answer, no, I want to produce this. Say suppose X, I want to produce commodity X. So now the question is what, is the something which is related to this question, that is what to produce, is that how much quantity we have to produce. Okay. So once you have decided, okay, I want to produce 100 units of X commodity. So in this way you have to find out the answer. Okay. This requires, means this process requires the allocation of resources among goods and services in such a way so that maximum aggregate satisfaction can be obtained. Means why I am telling this to you, or why this is an important, or the first question, that is what kind of resources. See, without resources you cannot produce anything. So whatever you want to produce, if you want to produce 100 units of X, then you must have the availability of the resources. And as I have explained you or told you that all the resources are, most of the resources are limited in the world actually, and how you can use those limited resources to get more benefit, okay, or to get more satisfaction, or to produce more goods. So that thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay. Now this question basically, or this means thought basically deals with two aspects. One is what possible goods and services to produce, as I said, which commodity or which service you want to produce, and how much quantity you want to produce. Means whether it is 100 X, suppose you want to produce commodity X. Okay. Now what should be its quantity? You want to produce 100 units, you want to produce 1000 units, you also need to find out that thing as well. Why? Because if you want to produce 1000 units, you need to see that whether that much of, means this to produce 1000 unit, whatever raw material is required or resources is required, whether that much resources is available to you or not. That also you have to think. You cannot say only that yes, I want to produce, but when you can, means you have to bring your thoughts or ideas into reality, and it is only possible if you have enough resources. Okay. So how you are allocating the given resources, okay, or the scarce resources, that is very much important here. You may think that this is a question related to only the product. No, it is not related with the only product, it is also related with the resources as well. Now the second question, once you have decided, okay, I want to produce 100 units of X and I have the resources and all, means now the question is how to produce. For this, means actually this problem related with the selection of the technology. What kind of technique you want to use, or what kind of technology you want to use to produce goods and services, whether you want to use machines or you need more labor to produce those goods and services, it depends on that actually. The techniques refers to the particular combination of various inputs to be used in production. That means the, as I said, the technique or the technology means what? It's not always technology means the machine and all. Technology means the technique, how you are producing, the process. It also means, process means also also a part of technology. So what kind of process you are using to produce your goods and services? What kind of combinations you are taking? You need lot of inputs, you need land, labor, capital and organizer, means all these factors are required to production. So how you, what type of, what combinations you you have to choose so that you can get maximum benefit, that is also very important. Now this choice of techniques actually is made in such a way that maximum output is produced, as I say. means you have to choose that combination for which your cost will be minimum and profit will be maximum or satisfaction will be maximum. That okay. Now these techniques basically are classified into two parts. One is labor intensive technique, another one is capital intensive. Now what is labor intensive and capital intensive? Labor intensive techniques means here that labor means when for any production process you are hiring more labor, more and more labor workers, then it is known as labor intensive. And once you are hiring more machines, that is capital goods actually, rather than labor, human labor actually, then it is known as capital intensive. Means in simple words, if you are using more labor than capital, that is labor intensive, and if you are using more capital or machines or like that, those things actually, tools and all, rather than labor, then it is known as capital intensive technology. So you have to decide which technique is suitable for your product that you have decided to produce. Now the third question or the last question, means once you get the solution of this particular question, then almost your 99% problem has been solved. Okay. So for whom to produce? The third question is for whom to produce. Problem related with this is that the selection of the category of the people who will consume your goods and services, means for whom you are producing, means what, for which group of people or which section of people you are producing the product. Now it necessitates that the urgent wants of each factors is fulfilled the maximum possible extent, means you have to fulfill the maximum level of satisfaction, and that is why you need to know, when suppose you want to produce baby food products, then your main focused area is all the babies, those who are comes under within age of 5 actually, 0 to 5 years suppose. Now the suppose you want to produce some cosmetics which are used by the ladies actually, okay, adult ladies. So at that time your main consideration will be what, for whom you are producing, for the adult ladies, means you can segregate it on the basis of age, gender, religion, or maybe in the form of region and all, means there are different segregation process actually. So it is concerned with the distribution of income as well, okay, among the factors of production, and can be categorized as personal distribution, that is distribution of national income among different groups of people, means everyone's income is not equal actually. So that thing you need to know, that what is the personal distribution, okay, income distribution, whether whatever good you are producing, whether that is affordable to the customers also or not, that is also you have to check. Okay, functional distribution. What is functional distribution? Is the share of the different factors of production in the total national product of the country, means how the total income has been distributed in the all the factors. Okay, this is in terms of micro part as well, and in the macroeconomics also we will be calculating the national income with the help of this income method and all, where we can see that how these income are being distributed among the people actually, or what type of income they can earn actually. So this functional distribution is also very important here. So once you categorize the people as well, then your most of the problem has been solved, the major problem has solved. Means first of all what you have to do, first of all you have to think that what good or service you want to produce, then you have to think that what kind of technology or how you can produce, what kind of technology you want to use or technique you want to use, labor intensive or capital intensive. And once you get the answer of the second question, then comes this third question, that is for which group of people you want to produce, for the lower income group people, for the higher income group people, or maybe for the female or for the male, maybe for the babies, or maybe young people or old people, means it can be segregated on the basis of different parameters actually. Okay, so that is all about the central problem of the economy. Go through this whole portion. Okay, next in the next video lesson I will discuss the next topic. Okay, for the time being, thank you and stay safe.